Invocation meeting to order. I'm going to ask Counselor Callison to offer the invocation.
Our most kind and gracious and righteous Heavenly Father, we thank you, dear God, for this opportunity and privilege to call upon your name in prayer. We thank you, dear God, for giving us all safe journeys, dear Lord, as we come to do the Cherokee Nation's business today, dear God. Please bless us and help us, give us wisdom and help us to do the
Shelley to conduct the roll call.
Yes, ma'am. Condessa Teehee,
Ani.
Danny Callison,
Here.
Sasha Black Fox Qualls, Julia Coates, Joe Deere, Mike Dobbins, Kevin Easley, Lisa Hall, Johnny Kidwell, Daryl Legg, Dora Petzkowski, Cody Poindexter, Joshua Sam, Mike Shambaugh, Melvina Shotpouch, E.O. Smith, Victoria Vasquez.
Ani.
We have a quorum.
Thank you, Shelley. And now I trust everyone has had some time to review the minutes from our December meeting, and the floor is open for a motion to approve those minutes. Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor? Any in opposition? All right, so that motion is approved. And now we will move into reports. For vocational programs, Talking Leaves Job Corps and Career Services, I believe we have Mr. Hunter Palmer standing in for Diane Kelly. Thank you for joining us, Hunter.
Thank you. Good afternoon. You guys have the reports, and I did want to make one comment here. I want to share a quick update in regarding to our Talking Leaf Job Corps Center. Recently, the center faced a temporary shutdown due to heating issues that led to the students being sent home last Wednesday. The good news is that repairs are already underway to address the situation. During this time, Deborah Lack, the interim center director, and Diane have been actively monitoring the situation and maintaining constant communication with the Department of Labor. Obviously, the safety and well-being of our students are the utmost priority. Currently, we anticipate the students to return either tomorrow or Thursday of this week, depending on the progress of the repairs. Our dedicated facilities maintenance crew at Talking Leaf Job Corps is diligently working to resolve the heating and issues. The majority of the students have returned home, and we've ensured the remaining 18 students were accommodated to the Tulsa Job Corps Center. In response to this situation, we have sought technical support from the Department of Labor, and all necessary measures have been taken to improve the temperature ratings at the center. The dorms, education facilities, and administrations are gradually returning to the temperature standards, and I believe the DOL requires the temperatures stay within the range of 68 to 72 degrees at all times. And so that's where we're trying to get back to those rates. Looking ahead, the DOL is committed to reassessing the situation on January 23rd to determine the next steps for the center. We appreciate your understanding and support as we work towards a swift resolution. We just want to bring that up because I know there's been a number of calls that have come in through the Tribal Council and the Cherokee Nation, and so we're taking every step to try to resolve all the issues. And Diane and Deborah has been working with our administration to make sure they're aware of the situation as well. So other than that, you guys have the reports. If there's any questions, I'll be glad to try to answer or take back to our office.
All right, do we have any questions for Mr. Palmer? All right.
I don't have a question, I have a comment. Thanks for the chili. That's good stuff. Because I talked to Diane last night, and she said that it was going to be here, so
Yep.
we thank you guys for doing that. It was really good, both
No
of
problem.
them.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Any other questions or comments?
I will say, guys, you guys picked a good day for chili because
Yeah.
that'll warm me up.
Yeah, and our speaker was absolutely correct. That was delicious. We appreciate the lunch that was provided today by the department. And seeing no other questions, you're free to exit.
Thank you.
All right, and next we are going to get the executive director's report for the Department of Education from Mark Vance. I'm sorry, we have Lyndon Emberton in place of Mark Vance.
That's no problem. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Mark is just a little bit detained today, and so he did say, of course, as always, if you do need to ask him any specific questions, please give him a call, or he'd be happy to come by and visit with you. But he does send his apologies for not being able to make it this afternoon. We do have a report, but I just want to give you a couple of quick dates that I think may be, for some of you and your constituents, may be relevant, that they might want to know about. Of course, we're doing some social media posts about these, but it always is good for word of mouth as well. January 25th, we have our JOM Cultural STEM Fest coming up at the Chota Center. The 7th and 8th grade students will be there in the morning time, and then our afternoon sessions will be with our 9th and 12th grade students. So this is a great event. This will be our second STEM Fest. Last year, we pretty much packed out the Chota Center, and we expect to do so again this year. We'll have vendors from all over the state, but also all over the nation, talking to students about science, technology, engineering, mathematics, and things of that nature. There'll also be some biology included in that as well, not just physics and engineering. But we expect to have a great crowd. As I believe the morning session was already full, even the first week that we announced this. So it's a very good event, and we expect it to be another great event this year as well. So that's January 25th, STEM Fest at the Chota Center. January 30th, down in Sequoyah County, we'll have our college career fair down there. We had a great attendance at Pryor a couple of months ago at the RSU campus on Pryor. We had over 200 students attend, so we're very pleased with that. And we hope that we have at least that or more down at Roland. So that'll be January 30th from 10 to 2 at the Roland Casino. There will be lunch for the students as well. We'll also have some prizes and giveaways. But we have right now about 25 colleges and universities that plan to be there to assist students with looking at their next steps after high school. So if you're in that area, some of our districts in that area, please maybe get that word around. We're also talking to the school districts as well. So we're excited about that for January 30th next week. February 22nd, tribal consultations. Maybe some in your districts have been mentioning ways to get their waivers signed or some tribal consultations. We will have a tribal consultation here at the Chota Center on February 22nd from 9 to 1 p.m. We'll also hold a virtual tribal consultation for those that could not actually make it in person, and that is right now scheduled for February 29th. And so we'll get that information out to our districts as well. Just some other things that we're looking forward to is the Oak Jom State Conference at River Spirit in March. We'll be doing that. We also have our TOS. This is something that was started pre-pandemic. Teachers of successful students, we're asking teachers to present, we're asking teachers to submit proposals so they can present at this conference. So it'll be teachers presenting to teachers about what's effective in their classroom and what's working for them, for their students. So that'll be June 11th and 12th. We still have some more planning to do on that, but we're looking forward to a great event there. So there's just some updates, some dates that might be interesting to you and your constituents to throw out there. Of course, we also have a report. If there are any questions about that, of course, college scholarships still grinding right now. We're still working. Our college resource staff is working real hard right now. Matter of fact, finishing up scholarship applications. You'll notice in the report it has approved, in process. We still have a lot to do, and we're still working towards those as they wait out this cold weather. So I'd be happy to take any questions on the education department.
Well, I know that there has been some difficulties and delays with the FAFSA application, the new one through the federal government. Is that presenting any issues for the Department of Education now?
Not at this moment. That will be when we look at our 24 application period for the new students. So the March, when that
Okay.
opens up in March, that is when we'll be looking at those FAFSA applications. Yeah.
Okay.
This is
okay.
just for this is just for continuing, those that are concurrent, continuing to get on to spring. So that's what we're dealing with right now.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, thank you for
But I'm
answering
sure it'll
that.
present challenges, but we'll work through them, I promise you.
Always rising to that challenge, all right.
absolutely.
Counselor Legg?
Hey, Aaron. On January 30th at Roland, do you happen to know what time?
10 to 2.
10 to 2?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, great. Do we have any other questions? Counselor Smith?
And you did say they were notifying the schools?
Yes, sir. We've sent the schools the information, and we'll be sending that out a couple more times this week as we get. And that's been another thing, of course. We all know that the first 2 weeks of school have not been first 2 weeks of school for many districts, right? So we've been dealing with those issues, and institutions of higher learning have also been out as well.
Right.
So scholarship deadlines have all had to been, I mean, we're working with students every day, and we've received quite a few from constituents saying we just need a little more time, and we're happy to help. You know, we're not trying to keep anybody from their scholarship by any means, so,
Right,
absolutely.
right. All right, fantastic. Do we have any other questions? Okay, seeing no other questions, thank you very much.
And Sequoia, Principal Brown couldn't make it as well, but I just will say that as we're looking at Sequoia, the new semester is looking really nice. Of course, the basketball teams have had some success over the past couple of weeks. Fort Gibson won a couple of games. I think we have a speech and debate tournament coming up this Saturday as well. So there's a lot of still going on at Sequoia that's going really well, and we're happy for these students, and we're just right around the corner from graduation again. So it's
Yeah,
getting
we
there.
sure are.
Absolutely.
And I think that the returning student applications, those are all online now. Is that true also of the incoming student applications as well? Are those also going to be online?
I'll
or-
check for that. I'll absolutely get that information and get it to you,
Okay,
just to make sure.
all right, well, I appreciate it. And I love seeing the JOM from both sides. We see some winners on the Sequoia side in the Sequoia report, and then we see the overall big picture from the education, the prize money that was passed out to students for the Oklahoma JOM art show.
Competition, sure.
Yeah, fantastic.
And the art was really good. I had a chance to see it myself, and it's quite amazing.
Wonderful,
Yeah,
wonderful.
quite
Well,
amazing.
that's great.
Yeah.
Well, seeing no other questions or comments, you're free to go.
All
Thank
right,
you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Oh, sorry, one more. Counselor Legg?
Are we going to do the ribbon or the stoles for Cherokee High School kids this year?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We are?
We sure are.
Okay.
We sure
And will
are.
that be like on the portal for them to
Yes,
apply
sure will.
for to get?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
thank you.
Absolutely. And we'll also work with some school districts on those things as well, but individuals can apply as well, but we'll work on those issues. Yeah, but they'll be available. Yeah.
Oh, wait, one more, sorry. Counselor Coates?
Absolutely.
And do we know when that will open up for the cords and the stoles, the application?
I'm not sure on the actual open date for the application, but we can check that, and I'll send that information to you. I'll make a note. Yeah, you're very welcome. Thank you.
All right, you just thought you were out, but we
No,
kept
it's
pulling
okay.
you back in.
I'll wait, just in case.
All right, thank you very much. And now, at this time, we will ask for Ms. Verna Thompson with Head Start.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
I just have three things I want to mention that wasn't in my report. We have finally opened the last two classrooms from pre-pandemic because HR has been so helpful with filling our positions, so kudos to them. But a bigger kudos to one of our supervisors who stepped in to be the teacher during the day while the children are there, and then she does her supervisory role after they go home.
Wow.
But I want to be sure and have a shout out for our HR partners, Valerie, Tara, Robbie, Dina, and Chad. They've been so helpful to us, so. And the second thing is a special mention of our AmeriCorps tutors. They help us in the classrooms. That is the greatest gift to us, and we just hired one, and we're getting ready to hopefully hire a second one. So those are good stats for their grant as well as ours. And then noteworthy again, and continues to be, is Miss Lorelei Wood, who is on her working on her 26th month of perfect attendance and no tardies. Can you imagine?
No.
She clearly, her job is a passion, not a chore. She loves working with the children. And that's all I have, if you have any questions.
Wonderful. All right, well, thank you for that, Ms. Verna. Do we have any questions? All right, looks like you're off easy today, no questions. Thank you for joining us. All right, we have no old business pending, and we have no new business pending. Our only announcement is that our next meeting is tentatively scheduled for Monday, February 12th at 3 p.m. Do we have any other education
Yes, Madam
announcements?
Chair.
Dr. Dobbins?
Rita Bunch with Sequoia High School.
I
she never-
believe that Mr. Emberton gave the Sequoia High School report on her behalf.
Okay, but I just noticed Rita's always mentioned in the agenda but never shows.
You typically, Coach Brown appears on her behalf, who is the principal there at Sequoia.
So we probably need to change the agenda. If she's never going to show up, have somebody else listed there. I just noticed she never shows up.
Okay, thank you for
Okay,
that
right,
suggestion.
Thank you, Chair.
Any other announcements? Okay, seeing no other announcements, I will open the floor for a motion to adjourn. Okay, we have a motion and a second. We are now adjourned.